Coach Charlie, they went over and thanked a huge Colonial contingent in attendance today. That power outage certainly gave your team a lift because there was a huge crowd here today. Before we talk about the game, talk about the folks that made it out to the Sewell Center.
It was great. It was great to see everybody out today. It was a big game for us. You know, it was very tough. Like you said, we had a power outage today. A fluke thing happened right around noon, and everything was shut down. And you know, it's tough when you're preparing mentally for a rivalry game like this, game we've been waiting for, to, you know, just have to shut it down and wonder, you know, are we going to play? Are we not? And you got people working around the clock here trying to get this power back on. And we had pregame meal today, and there was no electricity, but we're lucky we had gas ovens, so they were able to cook the food. Everything just got totally shut down. So it was psychologically a little bit different, but you know, great for people to see them come out and, you know, still support us. And you know, the student body came out today, which great. The Colonial Crazy showed up, and they helped us a lot. They lifted us, and you could just see the look in our eye. Everybody was lifted. They knew this was a rivalry game. And you know, last time we played them, you know, we were up 7 with 15 to go. Lou hurts her knee, and you know, we battled, but you know, we weren't ready for that yet. And we've prepared for this since, and I'm really proud of them because they wanted it so bad.
Again, the final score 67-53. Robert Morris defeats their in-state rival, the St. Francis Red Flash. And as we get the stats here, obviously Artemis Spanu, a huge basketball game as usual, but the story may be Ashley Ravelli. Your team was wobbling a little bit. It was a 9-point lead for the Robert Morris Colonials over St. Francis, 58-49. And the Red Flash kept sending Ashley Ravelli to the free throw line, and she kept making them. Yeah. And she made 7 in a row, as a matter of fact, right. And that helped push her to a new career high, 22 points.
Oh, you know, she was great. You know, the thing about at the end of the game is it was so choppy and ugly. We really wanted to control the tempo of the game, and you could see that probably watching the game. We were really worried about getting an up and down game. They have 13 players dressing. We have 6 scholarship players on the bench right now. We had to make sure that we controlled the tempo, and at the end of the game they tried to extend it, and you knew our legs were tired, and they just wanted to get as many possessions as they can and see how many free throws we could make. You know, Coach Sale and the coaching staff did a great job of getting Ashley the ball there against the press, and of course she's got to put the ball in the basket, and she did. She knocked down, like you said, 7 in a row, and that was a big comfort zone for us to know we can get the ball to somebody who's a freshman, and she can make free throws in the clutch for us, because that's really what took their wind out of their sails at the end, that they couldn't extend it with fouling because we were getting it to Ashley, and she was knocking them down.
We thank you for joining us on the post-game show brought to you by the Moon Township Ground Round. Robert Morris defeating their in-state rival, the St. Francis Red Flash, 67-53. We've already talked about Ashley Ravelli and her clutch free throw shooting, making 7 in a row and setting a new career high with 22 points. And let's talk a little bit about Artemis Spanu today. Obviously, she brings it game in and game out. Not a huge total by her standards today, but 18 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 3 block shots in 40 minutes of action. She really played a hugely complete game.
Oh, she did a great job, and they did a great job on her. You know, they really focused on stopping her. Like you said, it wasn't her biggest game, but you know, she kept working. She didn't get frustrated, and she did a great job of finding people on the perimeter and getting a big rebound for us. And you know, she played all 40 minutes, and she's had to do that all season. You know, so just another great job by her. You know, she's been steady for us, and that, you know, she has to be the nucleus of the team, and she's been that. And today was another example of just being out there for 40 and always feeling good, knowing that Artie's going to be where she needs to. She's going to grab a big rebound. If we need to go to her in a certain spot in the game, she's ready. She wants it, and that's exactly what she did again today.
Let's talk about Anna Gailite. She played just 25 minutes today because she was in foul trouble, but scored 12 points, pulled in 8 rebounds, had a pair of assists, a steal, no turnovers, and 5 block shots. She's now just 10 shy of the RMU career record. What a game by Anna Gailite.
Oh, she did a great job. I mean, she had a great start shooting them. She wound up 6 for 6, so we're going to have to start calling her LeBron now because her field goal percentages just went up big time. So, no, she did a great job. Didn't turn it over. She touched the ball a lot, too, you know, against the press and stuff. She had to catch the ball and pass it a lot. So, really proud of her for being really strong with the ball at 6'7". You know, it's easy for somebody that's shorter, but when you're 6'7", it's tough sometimes to play a full court game, and I thought she did a great job. She finished so well, especially when we threw it up to her on the break in the first half and stuff. She was catching and finishing, and down here in the second half to set the tone in the second half, I thought she did a great job. It's one of her better games she's ever played. It was a shame she got in foul trouble because I think she was feeling it today. You know, 6 for 6 from the floor. That's, you know, that's a real special night for her.
Could have got her first double-double had she been able to stay in that game longer. She did have 12 points to go along with 8 rebounds. As we get a little congratulations by Joe Hay, the very gentlemanly head coach of the St. Francis Red Flash. Let's talk about your defense today. Offense obviously is clear. You really were able to control the pace of the basketball game, but defensively you held the Red Flash to 32%. You forced 21 turnovers, and when you lose the rebounding battle by 7, that's how you win the game. Keep your opponent down and turn the ball over.
Yeah, first I want to say it was very classy by Joe to come over and say great game like that. That's a very classy move, and he's been a class act since he's been there. You know, the field goal percentage was down because I thought we just worked, you know, we worked hard the whole game. They got some looks, you know, they're gonna, and we don't have the rotation to keep fresh legs in, so we're gonna break down sometimes. But I thought we did a great job of knowing the players that we needed to know first, you know, the first priority. You know, some of the other players got some wide open looks because we had to make some adjustments in the middle of the fly when we got in a scramble, but we knew the players that they wanted to go to. And, you know, Williams is such a great player with a high motor that we knew that, you know, she wasn't going to keep, she was running around just as hard at the end of the game as she was in the beginning. So, I mean, we knew that we had to do a good job of always keeping an eye on her because she gets going. I mean, at that third place, she had no points going into like the last 11 minutes. She wound up with 21 points. You know, we was like, how did that happen so fast? But, you know, because she just doesn't give up, and she played all the way to the end. So we knew their personnel. We knew who we had to stop first, and, you know, I think we did a good job of bothering them a little bit. They figured some things out, and they did a good job of attacking us in the second half. He did some nice adjustments. But, you know, the field goal percentage being down, I think, had to do with, you know, you had a small rotation of players that really wanted it today. And I can't be prouder of them. It was just an amazing defensive effort with the tips. Like you said, the blocks, the steals. I mean, they played so great. I'm so proud of the team.
10 block shots today, incidentally, for Robert Morris. Unbelievable. Last time I saw 10 block shots by a Colonial club, probably Anna Gailite's freshman year when she had 9 herself. Yeah. You talked about Allie Williams, 14 points, 14 rebounds, but the one player that clearly you focused on and were able to shut down was Alexa Hayward. She had 28 points up in Loretto back on January 28th. Today, she had just 5 points.
Yeah, you know, it happens. You know, you work hard, and the player has an off night. Or she worked hard. I mean, sometimes you watch a game and you say the other kid ain't out there. She's not there mentally. I mean, that shot you hit at half, you know, that was a great shot. I mean, you know, a lot of teams, I'm really proud of the team for coming back out after that because the momentum was clearly for them. We get a lane violation trying to clear the line. We only get the one free throw, and then they convert on a three-point play. It was a great play. He drew up, and they got to the spot. And you don't want to foul there on the act of a shot. Probably could have picked up a little bit higher and got her, you know, because we had one to give. But when she got to that spot, you know, that was a great shot. So, you know, just a kid, again, just competed for 40 minutes again, and we did our best to do what we could do. And, you know, sometimes you're off, sometimes you're on, but they gave a great effort. You know, just today we did a great job of, you know, bothering them enough. And you know, I think Haywood had a frustrating day today. But, you know, no disrespect to her. She worked really hard out there.
Again, Robert Morris defeats their in-state rival 67-53. Colonials over the St. Francis Red Flash. Robert Morris now leads the all-time series 37-36. Let's look forward a little bit, Coach Charlie. You travel to Fairfield, Connecticut to take on the Sacred Heart Pioneers, a team that you held a 10-point lead on with 7 minutes to play, and they ended up coming back and defeating you here at the Sewell Center.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaker. That was a real heartbreaker. You know, you know, when you got young players, you know, you got to learn quickly. And you know, the last 4 games we played, you know, the only loss we had was that overtime loss, double overtime, I should say, at St. Francis in New York. And hopefully we learned from that, you know, terrible experience of losing in double OT on a Monday night like that. It was tough. So, you know, hopefully the experience that we had with Sacred Heart, you know, with blowing that 10-point lead, hopefully we're in that same opportunity again. And this time we closed the deal. You know, I thought we closed the deal pretty well today. We knew what we wanted to do. And I think that's the big thing the freshmen are starting to learn now. They're understanding at the end of games what we're trying to accomplish. You know, they don't know, you know, at the end of the game how to close the game out. And this game here with the light number, you know, we wanted to control the ball. You could see a lot of the time we were saying slow it down, and we controlled the ball. And, you know, they were fouling, and we had to take care of the ball. And at the end of that game against Sacred Heart, you know, coming up on Saturday, we got to learn from our mistakes. We made a lot of big mistakes down the stretch, attacking their press and stuff. And we got to do a better job to close that game out. We were there for 30 minutes, and we got to close it out now for 40. So hopefully we're in that spot again. And, you know, us as coaches will correct what we did wrong.
Coach Charlie, thanks a lot for your time. Congratulations on a big, big victory tonight.
Thanks for everybody for coming out. You know, after the power outage today and stuff, we didn't know what to expect, but Colonial Crazy's here. Great atmosphere for the players. You know, both sides. I mean, St. Francis had their fans out. We had ours. It was a great college environment today, so great stuff. I'm really proud of my team.